Chalo, anyway, good morning, boys. Perfect. We were, I think, discussing a couple of things in yesterday's class. Yes, if I remember my memory properly, we started discussing the individual tax rates. We have already discussed the slabs. We have discussed what is called as surcharge and rebates, both the regimes. Yes, the new section is called 20. Very good. The new regime is called 202. Yesterday's class, we did some examples. I think if I remember the examples properly, first example was about discussing on rebates. We discussed that rebate is eligible on slab incomes in DTR, is eligible on every income except 198. Very good. Let's keep the new sections in mind, people. It is called section 198. Yes, it's 198, which is not eligible for rebate under the old tax regime. Then I think question number two, we did one very comprehensive question discussing on all the tax rates. Question number 3 was all about discussing your marginal relief and marginal rebate. If you remember, marginal rebate is applicable on DTR. Marginal relief is applicable on both ATRs and DTRs. Yes. Then we did question number 4, where we were basically discussing on question number 4 about how to split your special income and normal income to calculate different surcharge rates. That is what we did in question number 4, if my memory serves right. Yes. Sorry. Question number 5 was that. Yes. Question number 5 was marginal relief. Question number 6 was where we were discussing splitting your incomes into normal and special to get a different surcharge rate logic. Yes or no? And then we did question number 7, which was about marginal relief. 6 was relief. Okay, 6 was relief. 6 was also the case where I clarified to you, you may not end up getting marginal relief if the surcharge does not change. Yes, I gave you one exam question, which I basically asked you, not exam question, but basically I gave you a theoretical question to understand whether MR will apply or not. Did you get MR? You got MR? Didn't try only. Useless people. MR vanducha. You got MR. You got MR. You got MR. Vanducha. How? People look at the question. If I'm looking at this, I have a PGBP of 2 crore 4 lakhs. Section 198 is nothing but your 112As. Is your 112As. Matlab this is getting taxed at the rate of 12.5% exceeding 1.25 lakhs. Yes. At this stage, I will come and look at my total income. Total income came 2 crore 24 lakhs. Now, normally, if an income crosses 2 crores, you say you're liable for surcharge at the rate of 25%. You're normally liable for 25%. At which stage you can come and say, the moment you see 25%, 4 people will say, I don't accept it. 198, 197, 196 dividend income. 4 are not going to be levied for it. Matlab they are going to go for a surcharge of, which means this one is going to stop at 15%. The moment this guy said 15, PGBP got fed up. He was like, you are not part of my family. I'm going to look at myself separately. Myself number is 2 crore 4 lakhs, making a surcharge of. And here is where you will have to realize, because people, 15 is never going to modify. Even if your income was less than 2 crores, it would have been 15. More than 2 crores is also 15. Matlab there is no point of MR there. But on the top, there is a problem. If the number was less than 2 crores, it would have been 15. Now it is becoming 25%. Apo chances of MR is there. Chances of MR is there. Yes. With that understanding, what am I going to do? I'm going to split my page into 2. I'm going to try to calculate left and right. Yes, don't do it, people. It was just a homework question. So it is 2.24 crores. 2.24 crores mein what will I do? I will say, let's first tax the special income. Tell me what is 198. What are you going to do? You're going to do 20 lakhs minus 1,25,000 multiplied for 12.5. Number is 234,375, giving me my PGBP income. On my PGBP income, I am going which regime? I never mentioned anything. If I don't mention anything, you have to do both. You have to do both. You cannot let go of it, people. But yes, just for the convenience of today, we are going to do DTR. Yes, which means if you are doing DTR, I'm going to say for the first 24 lakhs, it is very good. It is 3 lakhs. For the balance, I'm going 54. I'm going 54, totaling up the number to 57 lakhs. Totaling up the number to 57 lakhs. At this stage, I will have to start applying surcharge. Yes, people, I am not going to total because I know the surcharge rates are. So let's apply surcharge at the rate of 15% on the top number. 234,375. 30. 156. Then I am applying surcharge at the rate of number hits 14,25,000. Totaling up all the four numbers. 73, 531. Yes, this is my including surcharge number. Can I add cess? No. Let's go for MR. Yes, which means right side the number is going to be the nearest limit being 2 crores. Yes. Now the problem is very simple. When the limit has come down to 2 crores, you have to reduce 24 lakhs. You have to reduce 24 lakhs only. People, you're going from 2.24 crores to 2 crores. No. You're going from 2.24 crores to 2 crores. Matlab, you have to reduce 24 lakhs. If I'm reducing 24 lakhs, the whole 24 will go from slabs only. You cannot touch the 198. Yes, which means 198 sits 234, 375. Slab is going to get modified. People, my slab is going to be income. People, I was at 2 crore 4. I'm going to reduce 24 lakhs. Number becomes very good. The number becomes 1 crore 80. This is where I want you to pay attention. People, be careful about it, because you cannot calculate on 2 crore 4 lakhs. That will not make sense. It is to be 2 crores because that is what the nearest limit is. Yes or no? With the nearest limit coming into picture, now 24 lakhs hits 3 lakhs. Balance goes for. Check kar lo everyone. Mithans does not have a good relation with calculator. Check. Correct? 49,80,000. People, here I can total. Tell me why. Applying the same surcharge of 15%. Number hits 7821. मैं ही देख के बता दूंगा गलत है. Last number should be 5, no? Five 375. Adding a surcharge. People, Rahul Bhai has only learned tax. I have not, unfortunately, learned calculator. Come on, let's not go back to CA foundation. Use your calculators properly. 15%. Give me the final answer. I don't want the surcharge. 59, 96, 531. Yes, check people. If I look at my difference of tax, $13. You didn't get MR, 13? 1397? 999, हाँ ठीक है. Oh, you didn't get MR in this question, is it? Should have got, no? So my difference of income is 24 lakhs. My difference in tax is 1,397,999, which means I am earning more than I'm paying, which is fine enough. You don't have an MR in this. You don't have an MR in this. Surprising enough. Are you sure this is right? Check the numbers, people, quickly. Reducing 24 lakhs instead of 4 lakhs. What is the nearest limit? For the PG can see separately. 15%. So instead of reducing 24 lakhs, if you reduce 4 lakhs, only will get the But technically, marginal leaf always says by calculating the tax on the nearest limit, right? What is the nearest limit on this? On 4 lakhs less, I would have paid resource only surcharge. So why reduce them so that when we can reduce? Your logic makes sense, but what I know is, see, okay, if I have to clarify the rules of marginal leaf, you would have seen the logic, right? The marginal leaf, basically provisions come and say computing tax on the whole number if it is exceeding tax on the nearest number, 2 crores. So if you see the marginal leaf for the provisions, do not say number reducing 4 lakhs. It says compute tax on 2 crores, compute tax on the number, and check and tell me whether the difference in income is greater than difference in tax. By that logic, you cannot change it from 2 crores. You have to keep it at 2 crores because that's what the limit is. I understand on a surcharge level, you're right, but the provisions of income tax basically says to calculate tax on every Limit is 50, 1, 2 and 5. And to that extent, yes, 2 crores is what I believe should be the right answer. Can we do one thing? Sorry? When nothing works out, it's always a calculator. Let's see if the income tax calculator gives you a different answer. I thought marginally if will apply in this case. Maybe the number is significantly higher. I probably gave you 24 lakhs. No, maybe that is where the difference of set off. Yes, but if I take advanced calculator, hey, what incomes do you have? I have a PGBP. Give me 1 second. Where is my advance? Yes, my advance. Hey, kya hai re? Putting it correct only, no? Ha, idiot. Yes, give me my numbers. 204 00 123. Correct? People count my zeros. I'm a little poor person. Correct? CG is 11 198. 198 is here. 20 lakhs. Let's see. So this is the number. 2 crore 24 lakhs. Yes, 2 crore 24 lakhs. Pe tax has come as 57 lakhs on the normal case. Check karo. Yes, tax on the special incomes are 234,375. Correct? Yes. Check my surcharge. Surcharge is 1460156. Is that the left side total?
Yes.
What is the total of these two? 14 match ho gaya. 1460156. Yes, which means basically they're coming and saying yes, I don't think marginal relief will apply. See, because you have to calculate on the nearest limit, which is 2 crores. Yes, maybe I should have given a better example. I should have not given 20 lakhs. I should have probably given maybe 7 or 8 lakhs. Yes, to that extent I would have made a mistake. I guess because the number is so significantly different, 20 lakhs worth of difference has come in, the answer got set off. Yes, but technically my point is very simple. These kind of questions can also have MR. These kind of questions can also have MR, because technically what happened on the PGBP, you had a differential surcharge and that made an impact. Yes, so this can also apply on MR. If I try a different question, I probably may be able to get it, but nevertheless, just showing it off to you. Clear on this? Is there any doubts? Are we good to go? Yes, perfect. From here, we're going to start something new things, people. We have not discussed this earlier. Rishmita, you can leave about, how many pages should I leave? That is what. See, when you're doing that, then what you're doing is you're calculating tax on 2 crore 4 separately and 2 crore separately. But your total income is what is levied for surcharge, no? So you can't do it that way. Your logic is correct, but it doesn't work that way. Clear? Yes. Good. I think what and all have we written, people? Some beautiful notes we have made. Basics of tax rates we have done. Individual normal regime, individual special regime have been discussed. We did special tax rates computation. We clarified a few things. Point number 8 is what we are going to discuss right now. Yes, we're going to discuss point number 8 right now. We have done illustration 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 we have done. Very good. People, does anyone have any doubts till here? Are we ready to go? Yes, good. Let's go to illustration number 7. Let's go to illustration number 7. Yes, you're required to calculate tax on Mr. Weird. Calculate tax on Mr. Weird, a resident, age 49 years. A resident, age 49 years, with the following incomes. With the following incomes under ATR. Under ATR. Yes, I'm going to give you 3 different case scenarios, people. We'll start with case number 1 because that will probably be easier one. Then you are going to solve case number 2 and 3 on your own. Yes, case number 1 is I having a PGBP income of around 1 lakh. I have section 197 LTCG. This is nothing but 112. Very good. This is 112, which is having an income of 1 lakh. Then we have 198 LTCG, which is 112A. 112A hits about 2 lakhs. Then I have 196 STCG, which is 111A of 2 lakh rupees. And finally, I'm just putting out lottery, although we don't have it in this question, just keeping it for the next case scenarios. This is what the question is. This is what the question is. Yes, people, these kind of questions I will help. Yes, I want you to understand how the step process works. We had already tried to establish a certain step process that we should follow, if you remember. I always told you when you start a question, please total the income. So the first step we are always going to do is we are going to first total the income. The number hits 2, 4, 5 and 6 lakhs. Yes, thankfully because I'm in ATR, 6 lakhs matlab, am I poor? Am I poor? No, my income is up to 5 lakhs only poor. This is a 6 lakh person, matlab not a poor person, matlab no rebate will be granted to me. Yes, at this stage I will start splitting my incomes into normal and special. Help PGBPS slabs. 197 goes 12.5 percentage. 198 goes 12.5 percentage exceeding 1.25 lakhs. 196 goes 20 percentage. Lot 3 goes 30, although we don't have it, just putting it out. Yes, here is an important issue. Here is an important issue. People, I am looking at my slabs. Look at my slabs alone. I need to compute tax. Looking at my slab number is 1 lakh. Tax becomes, because I have no taxability until 2.5 lakhs. Agreed, not agreed? Yes, but there is one other problem. Look very carefully. Other incomes which you have, the capital gains which you have, you will start computing tax as it is. You'll start computing tax as it is. Now my question is very simple. When we did the special incomes, I told you income tax split them into 3 buckets. One which income tax likes, one which income tax is dicey, and one which income tax does not like. Look at the incomes and tells me which incomes do income tax like. All CG's income tax is no problem. Yes, matlab, tell me one thing, people. When income tax was giving the tax rate for CG, they told it 12.5, they told it 20. Intention was to tax more, intention was to tax less. Intention was to tax less. When your other incomes may have gone up to 30 percentage, STCG could still be 20. LTCG could still be 12.5. Matlab, income tax intention was to tax lesser. Correct, not correct? Yes, but think logically. Right now, what has happened? Because PGBP got set off only to the extent of 1 lakh. The balance 1.5 lakhs is getting wasted. What is the balance 1.5? The slab which is pending. The slab which is pending. The slab of 1.5 lakhs got wasted. Hey, had capital gains been a slab income? Had capital gains been a slab income, would I have taxed it till 2.5? Would I have taxed till 2.5? No, I would have said no, up to 2.5 you are exempted. Which means now, just because you gave a special rate to capital gains, what happened? You got your basic exemption wasted. Yes. Now, people, if I am Nirmala ma'am, there is one confirmation I have told you. The confirmation that beta, in India, up to 2.5, you will not pay a tax. But here, I am technically saying only up to 1 lakh you are not paying tax. Which means the balance 1.5 is my right, which you have not given to me. Which you have not given to me. Hey, I need that right back. I need that right back. Here is where income tax gives you a benefit. Income tax says, my dear child, if your slab has not been exhausted, if your slab has not been exhausted, call for capital gains. Call for capital gains and don't pay tax to that extent also. Yes. Now, which means, people, I have 3 capital gains, 197, 198, 196. Which one will I call for? 190. Very good. Why? I would like to avoid my tax to the best extent possible. Yes, because I told you one thing very clearly. Income tax told set off, never confirmed how to set off. When the income tax is not clear, use whichever is beneficial to the assessee. Beneficial is 196, which means I immediately said, you know what, I will not pay tax on 2 lakhs. I will not pay tax on 2 lakhs because in that 2 lakhs, 1.5 I can exempt. I can exempt, which means I will now confirm in this 2 lakhs what is going to happen. 1.5 is gone. Gone where? Gone into the slab. Yes, if 1.5 has gone into the slab, this number gets revised to, very good, this number gets revised to 50,000, this number gets revised to 2 lakh 50. Correct. Yes, people, if the numbers have got revised, numbers have jumped. Now I have a slab consumption. Yes, my consumption of slab is done. Now my slab is 2.5 lakhs. Nirmala ma'am's promise has been achieved. She will say, okay, beta, slab has been consumed. Tax on that is 0. On everything else, pay your taxes. On everything else, pay your taxes, which means I will pay on 1 lakh 12.5, on 2 lakhs 75,000, pay 12.5 percentage, on 50,000 I will pay. Very good, you clear, solve. Which means I'm going to say compute tax on 197, number is 12,500. On 198, I think that was 2 lakhs minus 1 lakh 25,000, which is 75,000. 75,000 by 12.5 gives 9375. 9375. On the 196, 10,000. I don't have a lottery here, so let it go. Just putting it out because I don't want to complicate my next case. Yes, so lottery becomes 0, giving me the slab. People, consumption of slab here is 250. Because the consumption of slab is 250, I can say 0 here. Giving me my final tax liability. 31,875. 31,875. People, are we done with the question? At this stage, I will ask, are you rich, poor, middle class? You are middle class, nothing to be alive, which means simply apply. Yes. Simply apply, says 4%. 1275, totaling up to 33,150. Very good. Any doubts on this part? Are we clear? Yes. This is what income tax calls as utilization of unexhausted basic exemption limit. Yes, this is an additional step which I am now introducing to you, which means now when you read a question, there are certain rules to follow. Rule number 1, always total. Rule number 2, split between special and normal. Rule number 3, the moment you have your normal incomes, always come and ask a question. Is it exhausting my basic exemption? If you tell me yes, I'll be like, okay, proceed to step 4. If you tell no, I will say immediately wait, go back and call for capital gains. Adjust your capital gains, utilize your slab, then move to step 4. At which stage, what will I do? In step 4, I will calculate my tax. In step 5, I will decide whether I'm eligible for rebate or surcharge. I will decide for rebate and surcharge. Step number 6, I will check, am I eligible for any marginal rebate or marginal relief? When all the answers are done, simply add. That's the foolproof mechanism. Yes, a 7-step foolproof mechanism which Rahul Bhaiya devised. If you do it in this right fashion, you will never make a mistake. Yes, we're going to write down that steps later on, but abhi ke liye, this is what the template format is. Anyone has a doubt? Are we sure? Yes, Arjun.
Sir, the unexhausted basic exemption limit. So now in this case, we've set off, we've used it against the 196 income.
Yes.
Do we have a choice to alternate between, of course, in this case, we have, it's better for us to use it against the higher tax rate income. We have a choice. I vividly recall back in Inter that for one particular section, we're not allowed to set off the unexhausted basic limit.
You can. Like that. So that's the next question. Maybe why don't we wait for case number 2 and then we discuss this once again, Arjun?
Sure.
Yes. Sure. People, case number 2. Come on, write down the numbers. Case number 2. The numbers are 1 lakh PGBP. Case number 2. The numbers are 1 lakh for PGBP, 1,50,000 for 197. No LTCG under 198. I have 1,50,000 for 196. And I have 20,000 for lottery. My total is 420. Yeah. $420 is my answer. Yes. This question is going to have problems. People, by definition, I'm looking at the question, my total is 420. By definition, because my income is 420, what will I do? I will split into normal and special. The moment I did that, I already know PGBP is going normal, everything else is going special. Have my basic exemption limit been exhausted? No. At which stage I can call for incomes? Now, by order of priority, if you notice, lot 3 seems the best. Lot 3 seems the best. So I would say, you know what, let's do one thing. Let's not pay tax on lot 3. Let's send the 20,000 inside first. Can you do that? By, I told you there are 3 splits. In the 3 splits, lot 3 sits in the worst case. Matlab income tax will say, my dear child, no split and all for that. That has to be paid. Matlab lot 3 can be set off, cannot be set off. Which means I cannot use lot 3, leaving me with CGs only. Now I have 2 CGs. One is 197, one is 196 preferred. Same preferred 196. Matlab this is going inside. People, if this is going inside, how much am I utilizing? Full 150. Matlab this number becomes 0. Correct? If this number becomes 0, this number becomes 250. Hello. Yes, what is left? 197 is left. Lot 3 is left. Correct? Correct? Solve. Solve. 197 is 18,750. Correct? Yes, 198 became 0. We didn't have it itself. 196 also became 0 in this question because utilized off. Lot 3 becomes 6,000. Slab is also going to become 0 because fully utilized. Total number hits 24,750. Let's add worst. You need to claim rebate. Income is 4,20,000. With an income being 4,20,000, you are now eligible for rebate. Whenever you check for rebate under ATR, I told one tax alone should not be there. 198 should not be there. Do you have any 198? Matlab you can claim rebate. Number of 12,500. Hey, rebate amount itself is 12,500. Can you go more than that? No, matlab rebate amount is 12,500. Come on. You get a rebate of 12,500 on this. Taxable amount is 12,250. Now we can add a cess. 490, totaling up to 12,740 is the answer. Yes, this is called the basic rule of utilization of basic exemption limits. Basically, what will you do? You'll take all your slabs, keep it separate. Take all your special incomes and keep it separate. If the slabs is able to utilize the exemption limit, good for you. If it is not able to, let's call for CG alone. You cannot call for anything else. You can only call for CG alone. Are we clear? Yes. BDA is also the IC. Part of specials, because that also is going for 30%, right? I don't want to lose that also. Not allowed. Yes, only CGs are called for this income. Are we clear? Yes. Gone. If you don't have any CGs and if you have other incomes alone, nothing can be done. You have to pay tax on this. Yes, that is what I was explaining to you. People, I don't know how many of you know this. There was a time last year, I think. Yes, we have a show in Hindi. The Hindi show is called Kaun Banega Crorepati? Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Yes, in that show, basically what happened is there was a person who had come to the show. Very poor person. He came from a village, very poor village. The person's overall annual income would be like 50-60,000. Not more than that. Yes, that is the person that person was. But yes, he was like that Slumdog Millionaire movie. He came into the show and he won 7 crores. He came into the show and he won 7 crores. Now I want you to think about this logically. My slab income is 50,000. My lottery winnings is 5 crores. My slab income is 50,000. My lottery winnings is 5 crores. Do I have any CG to set off? No. People, my basic exemption limit is wasted till 2 lakhs. What will I recommend? I will recommend from that 5 crores, let's set off at least 2 lakhs. Let's set off at least 2 lakhs. Will you allow? Will you allow? No. Income tax in this case came and said, boss, I don't care. I don't care. 50,000 wasted. Let it go. On that 5 crores, I need full 30 percentage plus how much? How much? 37. Why 37? He earned that 50 also, no. People, 5 crore 50 became his income. 5 crore 50 crosses 5 crores. It crossed 5 crores. Matlab he was liable for 37 percentage surcharge with a 4 percentage cess. Now, yes, you can claim marginal relief, no doubts. Because you're 5 crore 50, you can claim marginal relief, but still makes a huge impact. Yes or no? Yes, there was a huge Hindu article itself. They put out a Hindu article coming and saying this person's whole village itself did not have that much money. And that whole money, now you have taken away 42 percentage from him. 5 crores he earned, 42 went to department. He basically had in his hand around 2.5, 2.6 crores, whatever that number is. 2.6 crores is what took back home after struggling so much and earning 5 crores. Seems this is India. Yes or no? Yes, that is what the problem is. That answers your question. So yes, if you don't have capital gains, it's a lost case. Any doubts on this part? Yes. Now the better way I explain this, people, is by a simple logic. Yes. Think about this very logically. What is going to happen? You have a slab which you want to utilize against basic exemption limit. Now, if your slab is not enough, what do? You call for CG to set it off. You're not calling for anything else. Yes, this logic works in a very simple fashion based on your Diwali days. Yes, imagine festivals have come up, Diwali has joined. Yes, parents have come and told today guests are coming at home. You have 2 jobs. 1, sweets, very good. Next, clean the house. Sweet and sweep. Yes, both have to be done. Now you have done the sweeping part, people. The job is to sweet. Yes. Now, if you are good enough in cooking, you make your sweets, but I am not. So therefore, I would buy. Yes. So you went to your parents. You were like, okay, let's go buy sweets. Yes. What is your preference? Kaju Katli. Okay. We have a preference of Kaju Katli, people. So we have preferred Kaju Katli. First question, you will go and ask your parents, Mummy. Obviously, poor people. First things you'll ask is, how many people are coming? Then only money will come into picture. No. Yes, so mummy came and said 4 people are joining you today. Yes, so you were like, okay, 4 matlab you will buy 4 kilos. Huh? What are you feeding? By logic, you see, you are from that conservative family. You are from the conservative family. So mama was like, beta, 4 is there. Don't exactly buy 4. It look bad. Buy 5. 1 extra we'll show so that we show we are richer. Yes. So you went to the shop, you bought 5 Kaju Katlis and you've come and served it on a plate. Now you have a plate, you have made the diamond, that design you have made, rangoli you have made. Yes. 5 Kaju Katlis are sitting in front of the guest. What is going on in your mind? You are praying to the god of life that they should not eat anything because sab kuch mera hai. Yes, that is how the policy is, because otherwise you will never get Kaju Katli in life, people. Because the India rule is very simple. See, if a Kaju Katli box comes at home also, no, they will not let you open it. They'll be like, beta, pass on. Yes, it came to us, we'll pass it on apdi. Son papdi logic. Yes or no? So you know Kaju Katli will only come to you when guests come to your house. Yes. So by that logic, people, 5 Kaju Katlis are sitting on the plate. Yes, you have gone, served it to the guest, saying, sir, please have. No, that is only on the face. Mind is going, touch matto panirada, sing mat. Yes or no? Yes. Now what has happened? You have gone and served. First guest took a Kaju Katli. You are like, next time I'm not even looking at this guy. You went to the second guest you gave. He also took 1 Kaju Katli. You are like, day. How many left? 3. How many guests? 2 guests. Yes. You went to the third guest. This was a child, as greedy as you are. He picked off. You are like, day. He picked off 2 Kaju Katlis and you are like, tu bahar mil mere ko. You meet me outside. Yes. Now you have 1 Kaju Katli, 1 guest left. At this stage, you have only 2 choices. Either you leave off the dream or you try to play some tricks. Yes, you went to the 4th guest, you are about to give Kaju Katli. He was also about to put his hand. Mind strikes. You're like, uncle, I heard that you just now had hospitalized. You have diabetes, I heard. Are you sure you want to eat? He's also like, beta, once only this happens. I'm like, uncle, once only. That is also there. Yes, so you decide what is better. Now your mom is staring at you. But at that stage, you're like, Kaju Katli is more important. Mom and all will eat every day only. Kha lenge ek do. Ayana. Yes, at this stage, you somehow convinced the guest and the guest came and said, I don't want it. Yes, people, the moment the guest said you don't want it, you were like, yes. But the moment that guest said, the idiot was sitting on the left, no. He's like, oh, papa, you're not having, I will. You immediately went to that guy and you were like, they, do khaya na. Yes, at that stage, you have stopped them, people. Now, somehow, somewhere, luckily enough, the third guest did not have it, which means now there is one Kaju Katli left only for you. Only for you. Yes, guests are about to leave. Guests are about to leave. You first go next to the gate, stand in front of them, touch their feet. You're like, Moi, Baksis, money you want. Yes, but the moment they gave the money and they went out of the house, you did a Spider-Man jump. 2 rolls and reached the table because Kaju Katli is pending. Yes, at this stage, people, I have a very simple question. There was your mom also in the house, no? Did you share? Did you share? No? Mind में क्या चल रहा है? मेरा ही है. Now and all, you don't have any loyalty to family. You want Kaju Katli for yourself only. हाँ या ना? हाँ या ना? Yes. Now I want you to think about this very logically. People, Kaju Katli came from outside. Guest came from. First you gave it to outside people only. Kaju Katli came from outside. Guest came from outside. So guest took the Kaju Katli. If there was something left, there are 2 people in the family. One, you. One, parents. Who chose? Who chose? You are the younger child, you will choose the Kaju Katli. Yes or no? Yes, think about it very logically. Slab incomes are defined where? Is it defined in Income Tax or Finance Act? Think very logically. Slab incomes are defined in Finance Act. Correct. Slab incomes is defined in Finance Act. Special incomes are being taxed as per Finance Act. Apo Kaju Katli is also from outside. Slab is also from outside. Preference goes to slab incomes. Preference goes to slab incomes. Now, the moment slab income did not utilize it, you came back to the family Income Tax Act. And in Income Tax Act, you had 2 people. One is capital gains, one is winnings. Which one has higher tax rate? Winnings. Upper parent is your winnings. Elder family held a tax rate. You are the younger person, younger tax rate. The moment slab did not get utilized, you went into the family. Family mein there are 2 parties, parents and you. You are the younger one, you have a smaller tax rate. Income tax department said, beta, whatever Kaju Katli is left, you have it. Please do not share with parents. Please do not share with parents. Now, people, imagine today you are not in the mood to have Kaju Katli. Will you still share to parents? You'll be like, fridge mein rakhenge. You like, let's keep it in the fridge, let's have it tomorrow. Matlab, at no point of time will you share it with your parents. Say, ha ya na, ha ya na. Yes, I want you to dwell upon this a little bit more. People, imagine in this house there are 2 brothers. One elder brother, one younger brother. You are the younger brother. You take 2 jumps and you want to have a Kaju Katli. The moment you were about to put it in your mouth, one straight slap came on your face. Elder brother said, when I am standing in the family, who the hell are you to have Kaju Katli? Pehle preference, mera hi hai. Which means between 2 capital gains, one with 20% and one with 12.5, you gave it to, because obviously, because he has the higher family member. Yes, at the same time, think about this logically. People, imagine if this brother was sitting outside India. He was in US. Diwali season is going on. You will feel bad that your brother is outside India. What are you doing? What are you doing? You are eating more. Yes or no? Yes. Now, at this stage, when the guest left and you have Kaju Katli in your hand, you can do 2 things. You can first keep the Kaju Katli safe, saying, when brother comes back from US, I will give it to him. Or you will open up your WhatsApp. See? Yes, you'll open up your WhatsApp, take a photo and send it off to him saying, see, कौन बोला था तेरे को US जाने के लिए? मतलब Kaju Katli I will only have, I will not give it to you. हाँ या ना? People, there are 2 persons in India. One is a resident, one is a non-resident. Who gets Kaju Katli? Resident gets a Kaju Katli, non-resident does not get a Kaju Katli. I don't give this to foreign parties. I only give this to Indian parties. Yes, this is what I famously call as the Kaju Katli example. Basically, people, if your slab is not utilized, go for Kaju Katli. Go for Kaju Katli, that is your capital gains. But capital gains will only be given to your residents. It will not be given to non-residents. That's the logic for you. Any doubts on this logic? Are we clear? 100%. Yes, that is point number 8 for you to note down. Lottery is your parents. No, not allowed. Yes, yes. So point number 8 says, can you utilize your unexhausted basic exemption limit? Can you utilize your unexhausted basic exemption limit if whom people resident, non-resident? If resident. If resident. A, first one will say, very good. The first one will say yes. BDA will say no. Unexplained will say no. Unexplained will say no. Yes, this is the one adjustment which generally students tend to miss in exam. They don't remember it, they don't recollect it. They have done their slabs properly, they start taxing everything off. Always have a little bit of a patience to realize whether your basic exemption is exhausted or not exhausted. Are we clear? Yes. Now at CA final level, will this ever be tested in exam? The chances are very remote. It doesn't get tested at CA final level because in CA final level, individual taxation only happens in two places. One is your DTAAs, double taxation reliefs, and second is non-resident taxation. Now people, if you're in non-resident taxation, anyway this doesn't matter because it's not going to be taxable. But when it comes to DTAA, which is a resident case, you still cannot apply this scenario because you want to claim relief under both the countries. When your slab itself has not been utilized, tax will technically show almost zero. When tax itself is almost going to show zero, you think you're ever going to utilize this benefit? No, which means technically at CA final level, expectation of this is zero. It does not really come in exam, but I'm just putting it out to you. In case you ever do individual taxation filings, this is an important part to be careful of. Any doubts on this? Yes, so keep it on last priority at CA final level, but nevertheless important for your practical life. Are we clear? Are you sure? You understood everything, Pakka? Let's see. Case number 3. Case number 3 is a scenario where I basically come and tell you that your PGBP income has come to 1 lakh. Your 197 has come to 40,000 rupees. Your 112A has come to, your 198 has come to 2 lakhs. Your 196 has come to 1,30,000. Yes. No lottery. I think this is 470, right? People, this question is a challenge for you. I want to see who can get me the lowest tax. So I have 9750, I have 8450. Bhumika is leading the race. Assuming she's right. 0 and வாய்ப்பே கிடையாது. Think it's not complicated. Come on. Not bad. 7150. Seven one five zero. Nine 750. 3,640. Yo. See, 3,000 लेर कर रहा हूँ मैं. Let's see who's smarter than Jitesh. Assuming he's correct. Zero. I'm going to put 0, although I'm sure it's wrong answer. Yes, yes, yes. I'm going to try. Let's see. I want to know how you got 0. First, you took STCG 1,30,000 into the slab, which means it became 230 now. Okay. You took 197. Okay. So 20,000 went inside, which became 2,50,000. Good enough. Okay. 20,000 into 12.5 minus 1,25,000 into 12.5, and you then gave rebate under ATR for 198. You claimed rebate under 198, is it? Yes, there is no rebate on 198 taxes, people, not allowed. 0 is wrong. 0 is wrong. 7150. क्या किया? You set 130 inside. Okay.
2 lakhs. 1,75,000 minus 20,000. So totally you were
1,75,000. 1,25,000.
more 20,000 from 198 we are using.
One second. So if I am setting off 130 inside, that becomes 230. Okay, you have 20 more thousand pending.
From 198.
You took 198 missing. That's why you got 7150. That's why you got 7150. Someone got 9750. You did 197 set off. So if you set off 197, you're getting 9750. If you're doing 198, you're getting, which seems weird. Which technically seems weird because by order of adjustment, I would prefer 197 going inside because 197 has a higher tax as compared to 198. Yes. So by that logic, if I put 197 inside, I should have got lower taxes. But here 197 is actually giving me higher tax. Why? Because that is causing a problem. Yes. Let's understand what Jitesh did. So you on top priority took 198 first. You took 198 first because that will help you claim your whole rebates. Okay, good enough. So you took 75,000 from it. You didn't take the full 2 lakhs because up to 125 is anyway exempt. Very well. So you took 75,000 inside. Okay. Your balance left with 75,000 utilization. Yes. You took from HTCG. Okay. Very good. 12.5, which is 6,000. 5,000, yes. Very good. People, do you see a mistake in the adjustment? I don't see any mistakes because technically what he's done is he's taken a part of LTCG and adjusted it off to the extent he can claim rebates. Yes, and then everything else goes set off and therefore he gets 3,000 rupees. I don't see any problem here. He has used the maximum benefits of the law. Yes, the mistake which I'm assuming everyone else of you are doing is that because you're utilizing the same logic, the logic of going 198 to 197 to 196, there is one income which is causing you troubles, which is 198, because 198 is not eligible for rebates. Yes or no? Yes. So Jitesh did it in a very right example. I think 3,600 whatever makes sense. Yes. Although I think I can lower it down. I can lower it a little bit more. I feel like I can lower it a little bit more. Let's think about it right now. But I want you to understand what Jitesh did. Yes, he basically went a different route. He realized that 198 is not getting rebate. So rather than utilizing other things and claiming, he first preferred to set off 198 because that at least will help him utilize his rebates properly. Yes, so a very smart decision made. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes. Now I'm going to tell you the two methods to do this. One, the ICI method, and the other, the right way. Yes, the smarter way, basically. Yes, unfortunately, people, if you're doing it in the ICI method, the answer is 9,000. Unfortunately, the answer becomes 9,000. The reason is because ICI prefers the logic that we discussed. Always go from 198, 197, and 196. Sorry, 196, 197, 198. That is what ICI's preference is. That is what ICI thinks. But I want to do it in a smarter fashion. So I'm going to leave this place here, and I'm going to on the bottom write what ICI prefers. Yes. Let's split the page into two. Here I'm going to write what is the ICI way, and on the right I'm going to write what is the CA way. Let's see if you're doing some frauds. Yes, people, first, what am I going to do? I'm going to do 196, then 197, then 198. So by that logic, what has happened? 196 has gone inside, fully became 0. Yes, I have still left with 20,000. This will go from 197, which means 197 now becomes 20,000. Yes, so by that logic, I will come and tell you in the ICA way, the answer would be tax on what? 197 at the rate of 12.5. 20,000 into 12.5 hits 2,500. And then I have 196, I think. No, 196 to ho gaya, 198. 198 was 2 lakhs minus 1,25,000 into 12.5. 9375, giving me a total of 11,875. On this, I am eligible to claim my rebates, but here is a problem. I am in ATR, and ATR says you can't claim rebate on 198, which means you can only claim rebate on the balance number, which is 2,500. Notice one thing very carefully. How much rebate you could have claimed? 12,500. How much did you end up claiming? Which means you technically made a loss of 10,000 rupees. Unnecessary loss, which I don't prefer. Anyways, number is 9375 with a cess of 375 with a total of 9750. With a cess of 9750. Is this step clear? Yes, this is what you would ideally have to do for your examinations, no doubt. Let me tell you how you would do it in practical life. Yes, people, look at my intentions very clearly. My intentions are very clear. I do not want to waste a single rupee of rebate. Matlab, I want full 12,500. Now tell me, out of the numbers which are given to me, which numbers will help me claim the rebate? 198 will not help. Matlab 196 will help, 197 will help. I want to utilize rebate from here. Higher now. Yes, at this stage I need to decide which of the two numbers am I ready to offer. Which of the two numbers am I ready to offer? Think and tell me very carefully. People, 196 is at 20%. Would I be ready to offer that, or would I like to use it for my slabs? I would like to use it for my slabs. Matlab, which number am I ready to offer? 190. Very good. I am now ready to offer 197. Hey, hello. Yes or no? Tell me, 197 is 40,000. 40,000 ka 12.5 is 5,000. Matlab, if I offer the full 40,000, I will get a 5,000 ka tax, which I am okay with because I will get rebate on it. How much more rebate do I want? 7,500. Who will give me that? Who will give me that? Who will give me that? Will 196 give it to me, or 197, 198 give it to me? Which means let's go to 196 now. I went to 196 and I said, dear 196, I want an additional 7,500. Now 7,500 ka tax I want. Matlab, how much income should I offer for it? Reverse work. Reverse work. Hey people, 7,500 ka tax I want. 20% is the rate. How much income will come? 37,500. Now I want you to look at this one carefully. Here I am not talking about how much I don't want to pay. I am talking about how much I want to pay. Now I have decided how much and all do I want to pay. I am ready to pay this full 40,000 rupees. Why? Because I can claim rebate. I am ready to pay short-term capital gains also, but not fully. I am already ready to pay so much that will give me rebate. That will give me rebate. How much rebate do I want? 7,500. How much can I offer? 37,500 I can offer. People, I'm going to hold back. Is this step clear for everyone? Are you sure? Matlab, these are the numbers I am ready to offer. Apo, how much is the number I am not ready to offer? I am not ready to offer 1 lakh. Here nothing is pending. I am not ready to offer 2 lakhs. And I am not ready to offer 97,500. 92,500. This is not ready. At this stage, now I can go back. I'm like, now I'm chilled because I know the right side number of the tax will come as 12,500. Yes, matlab left numbers I don't want to pay tax. Here I will apply the normal Kaju Katli rule. Set off. Which one? 196 obviously, because 196 is asking me higher tax. So here what did I do? I set off 90 to 500 inside. How much left in the slab? 57,500 will go from 198. 57,500 went from 198, number hit.
17,000.
Hey.
17,000. 1,25,000 minus.
Forget 1,25,000. Give me the answer. 140,500. Yes. Now look very carefully. Is my slab utilized? Yes. My slab has become 2,50,000. My slab has become 2,50,000. Check if my total income has changed anywhere. 2,50,000 plus 40 plus 1,42,500 plus 37,500. Is it matching to 4,70,000? Check karo, check karo, check karo. Is this number matching to 4,70,000? Yes. Apo notice what has happened. Case number 3 which I gave versus case number 3 which I have now prepared. Is the allocation changed? Yes. But is the total income changed? No. Apo, is there any problem in my allocation? No problem in my allocation. Can I now compute tax? Help me out. On the 2,50,000 taxes, 0. On the 40,000 taxes, 5,000. We computed, no. On the 37,500 taxes, 7,500. 142,500 में से 1,25,000 got reduced into 12.5. 2187 is the answer. 2188. 2188. People, if I calculate tax on this, now I know 5,000 is eligible for rebate. 7,500 is also eligible for rebate. Tax becomes 2188 with a cess number 2320, I think. 2280. 2280. Tell me, did I do something wrong? Tell me, did I do something wrong? Did I still get the lowest tax of you? Yes. Smartest way to do it. Now, the only difference between Jitesh computation and my computation is that Jitesh gave 198 the complete priority, because of which some portion of 196 got taxable, which was getting taxed at 20%. Whereas what I did, I only taxed the 196 to the extent I required rebate, and therefore the differential 7.5% was my advantage. The 7.5 is nothing but 20 minus 12.5. The differential 7.5 is my advantage. That gave me the differential 1,000 rupees difference from his computation to my computation. Now, people, tell me, have I done anything wrong in this? Pure allocation differences. Pure allocation differences has given me the lowest of the tax. Yes. Why again? Because you can use whatever is beneficial to you. You can use whatever is beneficial to you. Now you can come and ask me a question, Rahul, how the hell are you splitting incomes like this? 2 lakh mein se only 1,42,000 you will retain, balance you will tax off. How do you split incomes? There is no such rule, you can't. At no point of time does income tax come and tell you that beta, when you use an income, you should use fully. Which means I can decide whatever I want. Ayana. Yes, simpler things for you to keep in mind. Which means by logic, I can come and tell you the easiest as a CA way is in 197, I am going to offer income 40,000, no? In 197, I was ready to offer 40,000 rupees. In 198, I was ready to offer 1,42,500 rupees. In 196, I was ready to offer 37,500 rupees. And in my slab, I got an allocation of 2,50,000. Correct? Tax on the first is 0. Tax on the second is 5,000. Tax on the third is 2175. 2188. Tax on the fourth is 7,500, totaling up to 14,688, claiming of a rebate of a full 12,500 because that's how I worked it out, giving me an answer of 2,188 with the final cess is 2276, sir. Is a 2280. See if you get it. Yes, the allocation was very simple. Now, tell me people, why did Rahul change allocation between case 3 and case 1? In case 1, I was very casual. I was like, let's go from 198 to 197. Sorry, let's go from 196 to 197 to 198. Why so much complications in case 3? Why so many complications in case 3? What happened? I never had to think about this in case 1, right? Very good. The rebate made an impact. Yes, it was a rebate part which made an impact, because if I did not have rebate, why do I care about it? When I don't have rebate, there is nothing to utilize. In which case I'll be like, okay, let's go the most beneficial. Problem came when rebate came into question, because the moment rebate came into question, 198 was standing separately. 198 was asking me for taxes, and I was like, no boss, I'm sorry. I don't want to give you taxes enough, which will lose me money. And therefore I said, I want my rebate to be utilized properly. As a poor person, 12,500 is my inherent right, and I don't want to lose a single rupee of it also. Yes or no? And therefore I said, okay, let's offer so much of income which will get me that rebate, and then I can do my allocations accordingly. That's no problem at all. Are we clear on this? Yes. A little bit of a complicated piece for you to understand, but a very good thing for you to realize how things can work smartly enough. Yes, small things can make a huge impact for you. Any doubts on this? Are we sure? Clear? Perfect. If you have understood this, I'm going to give you one exam question which IC had asked from inter syllabus. Let's see if you can match your inter logics. This is question number 8. This is illustration number 8, which is compute tax of Mrs. X. Compute tax of Mrs. X having the following incomes. Having the following incomes under ATR. Having the following incomes under ATR. I have a PGBP income of 2,70,000. I have a lottery income of 30,000. I have section 1, I'm still there. I have section 198 income of 4,70,000. 4,70,000, and I have chapter 8 deduction of 3,40,000. That's it. This was one MCQ question from your CA inter syllabus. Just to clarify people, chapter 8 matlab the chapter 6 reduction. 35. 750. Here's a question where the steps which I told you, if you follow it very diligently, you'll never make a mistake. Should. 24,310. Twenty-one 710, huh? 21 710. $12,610.
610.
One Badri has a smaller number than all of you. Let's see if you can beat Badri. This you should have seen in office, people. Come on. I have a number. I'm believing is right. I'm not sure. It's lower than all of this. Very good. अब चेंज करेगा. Which one is wrong? Someone else has 21,710, I think. ठीक है. 12,350. Very good. That's the right answer. I'm gonna give you some time to reflect and tell me what you made mistakes. I can tell you the answer between 21,710 to 12,350 is only one thing. Yeah. The difference between both of them is the rebate which you did not claim. दिख रहा है मेरे को. No. People, these are the kind of questions which I always tell you to pay attention to. Yes, the first thing, and that's the mistake which you're doing. Look at it. I always told you step number 1 is finding out your total income. Now, if at this stage you have anyway added up your total income and the number came to around what? Total income is 5 lakhs. The total income is exactly 5 lakhs. It is nothing more than that. People notice one thing I've come and told you. The numbers on the top are your incomes, but the number on the bottom is the deduction. And chapter 6A has an inherent problem. Chapter 6A can only be set off against your slab rates. Can only be set off against your slab rates, which means by definition, 2,70,000 and 3,40,000 get set off. With 2,40,000 and 3,70,000 getting set off, the maximum I can set off is only 270. There is nothing further to set off. Can I set off my balance chapter 8 deduction with other incomes? No, which means now my PGBP has ended up becoming 0. This is 30,000. This is 4,70,000. With the total income now jumping to 5 lakhs. Yes or no? See if you understood this part. Yes, if you have come to this stage only, you can move on forward. From this stage, we have already done the question, but this is the stage to reach. Total income being 5 lakhs. I now confirm you are poor. I now confirm you are poor, eligible for rebate. But before you go for rebate, I move on to step number 2, splitting your incomes into specials and normals. My special incomes are lottery goes for 30, 198 goes for 12.5, exceeding 1.25 lakhs. At this stage, I notice I don't have any normal incomes. With no normal incomes coming into picture, I have to opt for Kaju Katli. Moving on my capital gains into slabs. How much will I utilize? 250 goes off. Matlab now this number is going to change once again. This number is no more 0. This number is 250. If this number goes 250, this number drops down to 220. See if you understand. Correcta. If you have done the allocations properly, this is the tax. You simply have to take 250 taxes, 0 on the 30,000 taxes, 9,000. On the 30,000, the tax is 9,000, which means the answer will be like this. I will say tax on winnings. Tax on winnings will go 9,000 rupees. Tax on the revised 198. I think it was what? It was 470. 250 got pushed. Matlab bacha 220. On the 220, I will reduce 1,25,000 multiplied with 12.5. Number hits 11,875, leaving me with my slab income, which has now been confirmed as 250, which is nothing but the complete allocation of long term, taxing on 0. Number totals 20,875. If that has been done properly, you can now claim your rebates. Looking on the top, people have two incomes. One is winnings and one is 198. Can I claim rebate on winnings? Yes. In ATR, yes. Matlab the answer is leaving 9,000 off, because I cannot claim rebate on 11,875, meaning my tax liability hits 11,875 with the cess answer. I think the answer I got is 12,350. This is how you do it. Yes, this is what I've been telling you, people. I know you know the concepts. The only problem is to use the format properly. When you don't have the format in mind, this is where you start making mistakes, which is why I told you always retain the format. If you would have done it in the format, the logic would have come. Step number 1 was finding total income. To find the total income, you only have been given GTIs. Matlab you had to find total income there, which means the answer would have been 5 lakhs. Step number 2 was splitting the incomes into normal and special. The moment you saw normal has not been utilized properly, we went for Kaju Katli, capital gains. That was step number 3. Then step number 4 was computing tax. Step number 5 was getting your rebates. Step number 6 I didn't have because there is no marginal rebate or relief, which means I simply had it to add my cess to get the final answer. You understood what we did. Any doubts? What mistakes did you make? Rebate तेरे को बाद में आया. Slab meaning अच्छा, no Kaju Katli given. Okay, next. Everything. Lottery. अच्छा, you basically utilize the whole chapter 8 deduction. हाँ, तो that's what you utilize the whole chapter 8 deductions. अच्छा. Yes, simple errors, huge impacts on this. Any doubts on this part? Are we clear?
8 का के साथ आके वो डिडक्शन सेट ऑफ नहीं हो रहा है, मतलब 2.5 lakhs came just because the deductions of 2.7 lakhs was used. So indirectly it is not affecting 198 to lower that.
It is, no? You were so basically your slab ended up becoming 0 because of chapter 8 deductions. Correct? At which stage I technically what should I have done? I should have paid tax on the whole 470. But I never paid tax on 470. I only paid tax on 220. Which means I did consume my slab to that extent, no? Otherwise, what you would have done? You would have taken the full 470, reduced 1,25,000 and paid 12.5. Whereas now you only pay tax on 220 minus 1,25,000. So 250 worth of tax you never paid, right? That is where you utilize your slabs properly or kuch nahi. Clear? Any doubts on this part? Are we good to go? Yes, ma. तेरे को तो correct आया. हाँ. You don't have chapter 8 deductions in DTR. Chapter 8 deductions are denied in DTR except for 3 items if someone remembers. Very good. 80 double J double A. TCD subsection 2 employer's contribution to NPS. 80. Very good. Intercorporate dividends 80M is eligible for deduction. There are two more people. One is 80CCH Agnivir Corpus Funds. Agnivir Corpus Funds, and one is called 80LA. 80LA is IFSC centers. If you're in an IFSC center, you get an exemption for the first 10 years tax holiday. Yes, so that was also eligible. These are the only 5 deductions under chapter 8. Otherwise, there's no deductions under chapter 8. So individual level mein technically nothing really makes difference. Clear? Yes, that is what the concept is. Any doubts on this? Are we clear? Yes, this is what your individual taxation looks like, people. This is what you have as a part of your syllabus. But I want to go a little bit beyond syllabus. I'm going to give you one of the most controversial things going on in India right now. Yes, I'm going to put out a question, one of the most controversial areas of India right now. Let's see if you're able to grab it off for me. By the way, before I start, I have a simple question. Is there a possibility that a person can have surcharge and rebate in the same question? How?
If other income is less than the surcharge limits, then we can after that So speaking of alternate taxation, if my 198 income is exceeding the surcharge limits, then pay surcharge for 198. Other income is less than basic exemption.
How do you get rebate? On total income or on individual incomes? Rebate comes on total income, no? So if you tell me that the 198 is...
Total income except 198 is less.
Give me an example numbers. 198. 1 crore 40, let's say. Next.
PGBP income is around 1 or 2 lakhs.
PGBP is 3 lakhs, for example. You're telling me idla you have to put surcharge on 1 crore 40. I agree. Rebate henge barde.
PGBP 3 lakhs.
Can you claim rebate on individual incomes?
Except the 198 we can pay.
What does rebate say? Rebate says when your total income is less than 5 lakhs, you can claim rebate.
Individual income.
If that was case, I can basically come and split into 5 different sources and I can say I'm poor everywhere.
And winnings, online winnings.
Winnings is still at winnings is also part of the slab only to surcharge. On winnings? No, we don't apply surcharge. Very good. Unexplained income pay you apply surcharge. Yes, very good. One of the most things which I always used to discuss in the past classes is that if you have a case where your income is up to 5 lakhs, but you have unexplained income, what would happen? Unexplained income will ask for a 25% surcharge. But because your income is up to 5 lakhs, you can also claim. That is what we discussed until last year. That is what Rahul Bhaiya used to discuss until last year. But this year when I was filing the income tax return for myself, I found something very crazy. That is what we're going to discuss right now. Yes, a case where right now I will tell you 2 scenarios. I'll tell you 2 scenarios. Scenario number 1, people. Let's write down. Illustration. This is illustration 9. Last illustration for you. Yes, you're going to compute tax in the following scenarios. You're going to compute tax in the following scenarios. I have 3 cases. Case number 1, I have case number 2, and I have case number 3. Yes, in case number 1, the person is going for ATR. In case number 2, the person is going for DTR. And in case number 3, the person is going for DTR. Yes, here is case number 1 where I'm basically coming and telling you that my PGBP income, is somewhere around 4,20,000. And then I have my 197 tax, 197 LTCG, which is 112. Let's say, for example, this number comes to around 2 lakhs. This number comes to around 2 lakhs. Now, if I give you this question, you want to solve the tax, what will you do? Step 1, total income number shows 620. Am I rich, poor, middle class? I am middle class, which means straightforward question. I will have to do PGBP pay. Slab, PGBP pay slab 197 goes for 12.5 percentage. Compute tax, add cess, and close the answer. Hi, Anna. Yes, give me the answer. This is 620. On 620, what will I do? I will first go on the PGBP model. I think on the PGBP for the first 2.5, I'll say zero tax. Remaining on 1,70,000 at the rate of 5 percentage. Number hits 8,500. Sorry. Number is 8,500. On the 197, I will tax 12.5, which gives 25,000 with the tax liability of 33,500. No rebates, anything. Simply add your cess. Answer is 1 34,840. Yes, the classic simple sweet question. Nothing complicated about this. This is what you and I discussed. Yes, yes. Complication starts on the right side. Complication starts on the right side. Imagine a case where I tell you my PGBP income is 10,80,000. My PGBP income is 10,80,000. My 197 income has come to 5 lakhs, totaling up to 15,80,000. Solve. Anyone has a number? $1,580, right? This is the total income. Tax. It's okay. You're wrong. It's okay. 0. You have no basic exemption limit. Basic exemption limit is 4 lakhs. 24 is a slab. One four. Acha, 1,14,920. 6,600. 14,920. सेस नहीं डाला क्या? कैसे आया? What did you do? 10,80,000, right? So for the first 4 lakhs it's 0. For the next 4 lakhs it's 20,000. For the balance it is 15%. Sorry, 10%. 48 is it? 48. हाँ, 197 पे. Total. 1 lakh? 14,920. I'm assuming everyone got the same answer. Anyone with a different answer? No? No? See the answer. The answer is 65,000. Can you compare your numbers with their numbers? You see the tax will be the same. The tax came as 48,000. The tax came as 60,500. To that extent it matched. And then suddenly you see one very surprising thing of 48,000, which is nothing but the PGBP tax. Which is nothing but the PGBP tax. Now, here is the question. People, when do you apply rebate? When your total income is within 12 lakhs. Is my total income within 12 lakhs? No. Therefore, rebate is not eligible. But this is income tax portal. This is income tax portal voluntarily giving you a rebate of 48,000. Voluntarily giving you a rebate of 48,000. Now, here's the funny thing. People, here what has happened? Here what has happened? Your total income was less than 12, more than 12 lakhs, but you still got a rebate. Think about and tell me why. Because your slab income is less than 12 lakhs. Therefore, you got a rebate in this question. Yes, I'm going to switch this. I'm going to move it to old regime. And the question that we did, what question did we do? What is the number in LTCG? The number in LTCG is 2 lakhs and my PGBP income is 4,20,000. Ideally, if I use the same logic, my slab income is 420, less than 5 lakhs, I should be eligible for rebate is 0. What is wrong?
Rebate is not given on the separately they are taking
The funny thing what is happening in the portal right now, people, is that when it comes to ATR, they're saying when you check for rebate, check on the total income. But in DTR, they're saying when you check for rebate, don't check on total income, check on your slab income. Check on your slab income. Yes, although this is nowhere given in the law. If I show you the law, I show you the Bare Act. This is the new income tax, right? I don't know how to search. I want 156, right? This is a question I've been asking for the last 2 years. What on earth is happening with the income tax portal? First, income tax portal made this crazy thing where they said in the new tax regime, you can't claim rebate on special incomes. Which means at this stage, I was like, okay, you know what, don't claim rebate on special incomes, but still, rebate is checked on total income level. Yes, so that is what you and I thought. But then that's where the funny thing happens. I look at the section, this is 150, 153, 154, 155, and here is 156. Tell me what is the difference between old and new regime here. Yes, the first line says, an assessee being an individual shall be entitled to a deduction of 100% of the tax payable or 12,500, whichever is lower, from the income tax chargeable on the total income for any tax year where the total income does not exceed. If your TI does not exceed 5 lakhs, I'll give you rebate under ATR. Read the next line. Where the total income of a resident individual for any year is chargeable under 202 DTR. Then from that income tax, following deductions will be allowed. A deduction not exceeding 12 lakh rupees where the income does not exceed 12 lakh rupees, 100% of the tax payable or 60,000, whichever is less. Now people, they have not used the word total income. Yes, but if you think about it, the line is coming from here, no? The reference is coming from the top only. Mala what it says, where the total income of a resident, then which means this income also means total income only. And if you think that is not the case, look at the next line. Which means, yes, there is a miss out on a word, but technically they mean total income only. Matlab, by logic, if the total income exceeds 12 lakhs, you will not be eligible for rebate. Correct, not correct? Yes, but then comes the stupidest line which says, the deduction under subsection 2 DTR shall not exceed the income tax payable as per the rates provided in 202. Matlab, I will not let you claim a deduction more than what is the tax on slab. More than, because it says rates provided in 202. What is the rate provided in 202 for special income or slab income? Which means here they are confirming the deduction alone will not exceed the slab income. Have they spoken anything about total income? Matlab, if I read the law basically comes and says total income, if it is more than 12, don't give deduction. But if total income is less than 12, give deduction. In my case, total income was more than 12. Was I eligible for rebate? Why am I giving rebate then? Yes or no? Yes or no? I'm not sure if you've noticed this in your ITR, but check. In your income tax return, this will actually happen. You will actually get rebate on this. But here's not the funny thing. The funny thing is here. People, I'm going to take the same question. I'm going to take the same question where now instead of my PGBP becoming, how much was my PGBP? 10,80,000. Yes, let me do one thing. I'm going to add 2 more zeros. This is a new tax regime right now. In new tax regime, what was my LTCG? My LTCG is now becoming 5 lakhs. I think I've written 5. Is it 5? Yes, it is 5 lakhs. Now my PGBP income is going to change. Imagine if I put my PGBP as 1 crore 80, 180, 000. This is 180, 1 more 0. Check. 1 more. Yes. What is my total income? 1 crore 85 lakhs. People, with your income being 1 crore 85 lakhs, you are extremely rich, liable for notice. I have a tax on the normal, which is 490. One second, ulta kar diya main. I'm sorry. This is not, sorry, I have to do this ulta. Let's put this as 11,50,000. My PGBP becomes 11,50,000 and my LTCG right now is going to jump 2 numbers, which means now it is going to become 5 crore 11,50,000. 5 crore 11,50,000 is my capital gains with my PGBP. By definition, I am a super rich person, but I'm in DTR, so 25% surcharge, no problem. Yes, with the 25% surcharge, people, technically I should apply surcharge. They applied surcharge, 937,500. But here's the funny thing. A person is also getting rebate of 55,000, which is nothing but the tax on 1150, which is nothing but the tax on 1150. Here is DTR coming and saying, my dear child, because your slab income is less than 12 lakhs, to the extent of slab you are poor. To the extent of slab you are poor, but since your total income is more than 50 lakhs, you can also levy surcharge. You can also levy surcharge. So here is the case when now a person is getting rebate also, surcharge also. Which means for some scenario I am poor, for another scenario I am rich enough. Yes, and this is happening purely in the income tax portal. Now, honestly speaking, between you and me, you think we are ever going to object to this? Why? Because free money. This is pure free money. But if you look at the law does not permit it otherwise. Yes. So technically now income tax portal is being better to us than what the law is asking for. Are you going to object to this? This was something which apparently happened on that 5th July 24 itself when this change happened. You remember I told you 5th July 24? Yes, that was the day when the utility was changed. Technically, when the utility was changed, this was also modified. So for the last 3 years, this has been in the law. No one knows about it. No one knows about it. This has been in the law, people. I'm not even kidding. This is actually happening. Every person is being actually not knowing about this, because technically when you put it in the Winman or the compute tax software, it will tell no rebate. But if you try to put this in the income tax utility, actual income tax utility, you will see a rebate coming in DTR scheme if your slab income is up to 12 lakhs. If your slab income is up to 12 lakhs, and trust me people, I will tell you this, for few of my friends, when I filed this off, intimation came clean. I got full refund. The intimation also came out clean, saying yes, you have done everything right only, I will not make any modifications. We are having that advantage right now. The reason is because no, we got an intimation clean scrutiny. Why will someone pick up a 12 lakhs case for scrutiny? Income tax department itself is doing this for you. Yes, here's the funny thing, people. The very first time in income tax, law is stricter than the rules. Because who is notifying this calculator? CBDT. CBDT notifies this by way of income tax rules. So sometimes it's funny that the income tax rules is now playing safer than the act. Tell me people, is it valid? Is it valid? Can a rules override an act? No, but when it is in your benefit, it can very well do that. Yes or no? Yes, it's a very funny thing which is happening, and you should definitely try. If you ever have a client's ITR 6 or ITR 1 or 2, something which you have, please try this. You will see actually this funny things will happen in the income tax return, people. These are all straightforward stupidity happening. Now, I have personally written an email to BOS Knowledge Portal also. I've written an email to ICI coming and saying that, sir, in your books also you have used the word total income only. Although the income tax return is right now showing slab income. Or the income tax return is showing slab income, and therefore I see the reason is I'm worried, people, right now. The worry is very simple. Today, you and I know this. Suddenly, what happens when someday one exam paper setter, he suddenly gets to realize, oh, this is going on in India. The first people who will be questioned is you people only. That time there will be no intimation. That time suddenly they'll put up a question in exam, and that's when they'll screw you off. Yes, it happened in this May 26 CA inter syllabus. In this May 26 CA inter syllabus, ICA made some weird assumptions, random weird assumptions. I don't know if you know about this. People, have you heard about DTR having some unbenefits? DTR says that if you choose for DTR, some benefits are taken away from you. Yes, for those who know people, there is a benefit which is called HP loss. DTR scheme comes and says if you choose DTR, the default tax regime, a HP loss which you have cannot be set off against other heads and also cannot be carried forward. That's a rule in DTR, people. DTR comes and says SOP loss to not allowed itself. But if you have an LOP loss, you can set off against LOP income. If you don't have LOP income, you cannot carry forward. That was the question. Yes. Second line in the income tax comes and says any benefits which I have denied to you, losses coming from it of the past years will also be denied. Matlab, if I'm denying any benefits to you in the current year and that benefit relates to a past adjustment, then also I will deny it to you. For example, in the past I may have claimed 3580 deduction. You know what is 3580? Specified business. Now in new tax regime, you don't have that deduction itself. So income tax says if you have a 3580 deduction of past years, which you are carrying forward as loss in the current year, that loss will be denied to you. Yes, by that same definition, think and tell me, people, current year rule comes and says if you have LOP loss, you cannot carry forward. Apo, if you have any past LOP loss, you should not be able to set off in the current year. Yes, that was something which I wrote to ICA 3 years ago. And I said, sir, if that is the case, then LOP loss technically should never be carried forward, neither from the current year, not from the past year. Correct? May 26, suddenly you get a question. CA inter students, 6-mark question in examination. The question comes and says, person is choosing DTR in the current year, has past SOP loss, has past LOP loss. People, now if it is past SOP loss, it has to be denied. You cannot object to it. But then ICI makes this weird assumption saying, no, past LOP loss, current year you can set off. Current year, you can. Where is the authority? Who decided that? Funny thing, you know what? They set it off not against HP income, they set it off against salaries. Because current year LOP loss, you cannot set off against other heads. Tell me at which point of time am I stupid? Yes, I wrote to ICA 3 years ago and I told every time in my C inter classes, this is a nightmare area, we will not know what will happen. I personally, when I looked into the paper, I also told LOP loss deny, don't allow. And then ICA suddenly puts out suggested answer, they come and say, no, LOP loss can be set off. People, it's a very small thing. It's not a huge impact, but trust me, as a student, you didn't know in the exam. What happens? You write something, 6-mark question, 2 marks automatically gone because loss set off did not happen properly. Is that a mistake from your end? Did you ever know about it? Why is ICA asking those weird questions? Correct, not correct? Yes, this is something I've been telling all my CA final students in the last 2 batches also. That boss, at CA final level, you need to know one thing, that when it comes to DTR, rebate probably may not be on total income. Rebate may probably be on, warning you very clearly, I have no idea. Someday, one day, randomly out of the blue, ICA will wake up and they'll be like, you know what, let's give rebate. You should not be the one sitting at fault that time. Yes, so my request is very simple. Keep this in mind that yes, maybe in the default tax regime, you should not check your total income. You should rather check your, that's the understanding. Are we clear on this part? Yes, so you're going to modify the answers along with me, people. The modified answer is going to be like this. Which means in scenario number 2, I'm going to say my PGBP income came to, PGBP tax came to 48. My PGBP tax came to 48,000. My 197 tax came to 60,500 with my total tax as 1 lakh 10,500. I will now remove rebate. I will now remove a rebate of 48,000. I will now remove a rebate of 48,000, making my tax payable as 62,500, and then I will add a cess. Which is 2,500, making my tax payable as 65,000. Are we clear? Yes. Case number 3, I'm putting it down for you people. This is a homework for you. You have to do it and bring it because I want you to understand how a surcharge and rebate will happen together. Yes. So this is going to be a scenario where your PGBP income is going to be 10 lakh 80,000 and your 197 income is going to be 1 crore 40 lakhs. Giving me my income of 1 crore 50 lakh 80,000. Yes, this is for you to practice. People, here's a question before you go forward. Hey, you have to apply surcharge and rebate also, no? First you should do surcharge, then do rebate. First do rebate, then do surcharge. The portal is doing that only. The portal is saying always do rebate first and then do surcharge it off. And then surcharge it off. Are we clear? Yes. One small line for you to write down in the last. As per CBDT. As per CBDT, rebate is eligible under DTR section 202 if very good, if the slab income, if you have a red pen, if the slab income is up to 12 lakhs. If the slab income is up to 12 lakhs, however, under ATR, people under ATR, are we checking slab? We're checking total income. However, under ATR, the check is on TI. Check is on TI. Clear? Clear? Yes. Just to make sure that you at least read this example later on. People, where have we written the notes? We've written it somewhere. Yahan pe. Yes. You're gonna put a box on TI. Right now I've written TI because that's what the law says. Yes, but the law can change. So therefore you're going to put a, don't put a box on ATR TI, put a box on DTR TI. Yes, put a box on DTR TI and write down saying may be slab just for you to read tomorrow. Any doubts? Clear? Yes. I want to try this, people. Go home, go to your office. You have your client filings, no? Play with it. Yes. Go sit in your client filings, play with it. I'm not sure if the compute tax and WinMan will do it this way, but your income tax portal will do it. Yes. So my request going forward, at least, is people, when you use your WinMan or compute tax, upload it in the portal. Yes. But never submit it from there itself. Yes. Upload it in the portal. You get that HTML, no? JSON, no? Now it's called JSON, is it? Okay. My times it was HTML. Yes. So you get the JSON, upload it in the portal. Let the portal run it once again. Let the portal run it once again. Maybe you never know. The portal will end up giving you a rebate. At least giving you a refund back. Yes. If that does not work out, you also know there is a Java utility which income tax portal has. So you create it in WinMan, take the JSON, put it in the Java utility, let the Java run a rebate and then upload the utility. At least you will have a refund. Maybe your client will be happier with you that you gave him a 60,000 rupees refund back. You never know. 60,000 is a big number, people. Yes. That's your 6 months stipend. Yes or no? Yes. 6 months, I'm assuming everyone is getting 10,000. Oh, you're getting more than that? Oh, wow. People have come to that stage. Huh? Everyone getting less than 10,000? Now also, huh? Which firm? See? Useless firm that is. CNJSN is giving second year 6,000. Huh? Oh, so this is the firm which basically comes and says, if ICA is prescribing 6,000, why should I give you more? That and all is not. See, by logic, ICA also comes and says you should not work more than 40 hours. 35, huh? 5 hours lunch loss. Reimbursement is a concept, huh?
Reimbursement from what?
Is it? You get too much reimbursements, huh? You basically tell that you're going in cab and take a share auto. Oh, you have a limit. Matlab, even if you take shareholder, you'll get the same number. Nice, no? You should take, you should, don't be that cheap also. Just to save the convenience, you will not walk 40 kilometers and go. Which client is nearby to you? Exactly. Don't be that cheap also, come on. Clear? Yeah. Anyway, these are all things for you to keep in mind, people. This is a very, very interesting thing which at least I found out. I thought I'll share it across with you. Important for you. Yes. Make sure to be careful about this in examination if at all you get a question on that. Any doubts on this part? Are we clear? Yes. Good. It's not happening. That's what I'm saying. I filed returns for 2 clients and both the clients' intimation came out. We got a clean intimation out. It never got picked up for scrutiny, so I never know about it. But at the same time, if you think about it, at which point of time do you think someone gets picked up for scrutiny for incomes like 12, 13 lakhs? Income tax department has a mandatory scrutiny policy, and in that scrutiny policy, they generally take up those people who file either ITR 2s or people who file incomes more than 1 crores and stuff. People other than that are never generally picked up for scrutinies, at least not in my experience. For all the people I filed returns, and I'm talking about my company directors and all who are filing returns for 70, 80 lakhs, never has been picked up for scrutiny. So, yeah, until you get picked up, you're safe. Maybe one has to see at the end of the day, even if you get picked up for scrutiny, what will you say? I did not do it. I did not do it. Your portal allowed it, which means technically you are sitting in Chennai and coming and questioning me. Your boss sitting in Delhi is allowing it for me. Who's better? Follow the logic. Simple, straightforward. Yes, you can't do much about it. Yes. And by the way, people, the defense which I would have played, if this comes to me for scrutiny, you know what defense I would play? I would say very simple. Sir, ITR is prepared by CBDT based on a notification. ITRs are prepared based on notifications. You know there is a notification which comes and releases ITR, which means you can very clearly come and say, sir, a notification is what prepared ITR and a notification is binding on. Very good. The moment you use the defense, he doesn't have an option otherwise. Yes. Now he can come and question and act, but I'll come and say, sir, when notification is binding on both you and me, who are you to come and question it? And then I will use that word, sir. It's not saying total income, it's using income. See, when you want to play safe, you can play it however you want. It doesn't matter really. Clear? Yes, very good. People, if you have moved on from your individual taxation, we are now officially moving on to your CA final topics, the topics of corporate taxation. Yes, I've already given you the data for individual, HUF, AOP, BOI. Very good. The heading on your book now says company tax. The heading on your book says company tax rates. Now you have already dealt it, people. I don't think I need to spend too much time on this, but nevertheless, you know how many companies we have in India. Yes, whenever you want to do tax rates in India for a corporate, income tax rates, first you have to identify the nature of the corporate. And we identify nature of corporate in India in 2 buckets. One is called, very good, one is called domestic company and one is called foreign company. Yes, so we're going to do the same thing. What we're going to do is we're going to first come and say, let's talk about all the old regimes. Let's first talk about all the old regimes. And just to clarify, when it comes to corporate, we call it old regime. We don't call it DTR or alternates. Yes, the reason I'm telling you this is very clear. People understand this logically. Imagine if you are filing a return for an individual and you don't choose a regime, portal will automatically assume default. But if you're a company and if you don't choose a regime, department will automatically assume old regime. They will not move you to new regime. That is what the definition is. Meaning, logically, income tax comes and says, beta, if you want to choose ATR, you have to file a form. But for a company, if you want to choose new regime, you have to file a form. Matlab, income tax assumes old regime to be the base and new regime is where you have to file a form. That's the difference you have to keep in mind, which is why here we still use the word old regime and new regime. We don't use the word defaults and alternate tax regime. Yes, income tax 2025 even better clarifies it now. Income tax 1961 used to use the word special tax regimes, but now we very clearly use the word new tax regime. So that is what we're going to use going forward. Are we clear? Yes, going on. In the old tax regimes, people, the one thing which we have to very clearly do is income tax says, if you have any old tax regimes, I want a first split, a split of something being a domestic company or something being a foreign company. Something being a domestic company or something being a foreign company, leave 2 lines and then write B. Does anyone know the tax rates of the old regime? Very good. You had a two tax rate system, people. One was 25% and the next was 30% for domestic companies. Question is very clear. Which one is what? Up to 400 crores. Very good. Up to 400 crores, you are eligible for 25%. Beyond that, it becomes 30%. 400 crores of what? Turnover. So I want 400 crores to be my turnover, which means if my turnover is up to 400 crores, income tax says you can go for 25%. Crossing the 400 crores, it is 30%. And here comes the question: turnover of which year? Previous year. What are you? 1961. Of? Why?
The two columns in the previous to previous.
Very good. Think about this very logically. People, you are writing your exams for tax year 26-27. Yes, income tax makes it very clear, beta. For 26-27, there is no way you know the turnover right now. When you start the year, you will not have the turnover, so that cannot be taken as a basis. And therefore, income tax said TY 26-27 is not allowed. So you said, okay, sir, I will have TY 25-26. But then TY 25-26 is also a problem. Think about it. If I am going to start computing my tax, advanced tax and everything, I will need to know my data. When? In the tax year itself or in the next year? I will need to know it in the tax year itself. When is the first advanced tax due date? June 15th. Tell me on June 15th, are you confirmed on what your turnover is? Because it's still unaudited. It's still unaudited. You may have an estimated turnover. Maybe yes, audit adjustments and all can come into picture. Turnover can modify. Think from a department perspective. Does department have the data of your turnover? Does department have the data of your turnover? No. When will department get to know? Only when you audit and file a return. When will that happen? In the month of October. Which means until October of 26, does department know the turnover of 25-26? Apo department said, beta, 26-27 you don't know. 25-26 I don't know. Let's go. Exactly. Let's go 24-25, which means for your exams, the turnover tax year is 24-25. Are we clear? Yes. The simplest way I taught it to my C Inter students is very simple. People, Companies Act you have. Companies Act you prepare a P&L. Tell me, if I am preparing P&L for tax year 26-27, what will I show? I will show tax year 26-27. I will also show TY 25-26. Income tax says, I don't like this P&L itself. You skip this P&L. Matlab, I am skipping 26-27 also. I am skipping 25-26 also. What is not showing in the P&L? 24-25, and that's my data. And that's my data. Because the logic is very simple. You and me as chartered accountants know one thing. That today when 26-27 P&L is being prepared, you have an option to modify your 25-26 also. Yes or no? People, accounting standards basically come and say, if a presentation can be improved, then you can also modify last year's data. As long as the overall profit is not affected. Correct, not correct? So today, if I realize that, you know what, I may look like 25-26 having a huge turnover. Imagine if my turnover is showing 405 crores. I'll be like, oh yo, 405 crores, matlab I am ready for taxes. At which stage, what will I do? I will say, sir, in TY 26-27, you know what? I have a change in my accounting treatments. Maybe the turnover is inflated enough. Some part of the turnover should be showing in my expense side. Automatically, what will happen? You will modify 25-26 also for matching concept. 25-26 will start showing less than 400 crores, based on which you will say, sir, current year also I will pay less tax. Will income tax be okay with it? No. So income tax made it very clear. Beta, in Companies Act, I will only let you modify last year's turnover. You cannot modify last to last year's turnover because that is outside the books. Apo, that is the more authentic turnover that I have. So I will use that as my base. Yeah, na. Yes. So domestic company comes and says, if the turnover of amended provisions for current year, please use green pen, 24-25. If the turnover of 24-25, and I'm using the word TY. What is TY? For your exams now, it's no more PY, it is TY. Yes, so turnover of 24-25 is less than or equal to 400 crores. I want the tax rate to be 25% For others, tax rate will be 30%. For others, tax rate will be 30%. Clear? 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 People, next one, foreign company. Anyone?
7 and 12 is
That is surcharge. Tax rate I'm asking. Very good. The tax rate is 35%. When I was reading my CA Inter and CA Final syllabus, the tax rate was 40%. India was collecting 40% taxes on foreign company. 2 years ago, India modified this. 2 years ago, India said, you know what, we want more people to come down to India. And therefore, we reduced it down to 35%. Think and tell me, people, 35% is a good rate, bad rate? It's actually a good rate. It's actually a very good rate. If you know this carefully, in other countries, the minimum taxation rate is 45%. Every developed country in the world actually taxes around 40, 45, 46%. For those people, paying 35% in India is not a big deal. They will actually be happier with that. Yes, I can tell you because I work for Netherlands. And Netherlands and all, individuals itself go up to a tax rate of 47, 48% based on your slabs. Because those are all developed countries. People can pay that much tax. It's not a problem. And therefore, India was initially having 40%. There also people were fine with it. Now India brought it to 35. People are even more happier. They're like, okay, let's pass on all the money to India. Let's good for us. Yes, that is where the tax rates came to 35%. Any doubts on this part? Are we clear? Sure about this? Yes. Question for you people. I see a question of 2020 or 21. The question was, a company has been incorporated in tax year 25-26. A company has been incorporated in tax year 25-26 and is seeking your advice as a chartered accountant for the tax rate to be applied for 26-27. A company incorporated in tax year 25-26 is seeking the tax rate for 26-27. Your answer is? There is only two options, 25 and 30. Others, 25, 30. Give me the logic. Why does not it fall under first case? Doesn't that mean the turnover is 0? Why? See, there is only two ways to look at it. One, you say the company is not there, so turnover is 0. Second, you say if the turnover itself is not there, there is nothing called 0. It means not applicable. Controversial question. Have you ever dealt it in real life? No, right? How will you answer these questions in ICA exams? Yes. Suddenly, out of the blue, a 2020 MCQ question, 2 marks in examination. They brought this question and they're like, beta, tell me the tax rate. Now, obviously, they didn't ask you the tax rate. They asked you to compute tax, but option A was 25%, option B was 30%. Yes or no? Yes. ICA believes answer is 30%. ICA believes the answer is 30%. ICA says, beta, there is a difference between 0 and not applicable. Not applicable falls in others category. First category says turnover should be less than or equal to 400. Should be, matlab there should be a number. There is no number here. There is no number itself here, and therefore the rate will become others will move to 30%. Yes, that is what ICA says. But I will tell you people, answer is 25. I will tell you the answer is 25. If anyone has ever had an opportunity to read ITR 6. What is ITR 6? The ITR for filing companies. If you have ever gone to the basic page, the first page, the line will come and ask you, you know what? The line will come and ask you, has your turnover in 24-25 exceeded 400 crores? It doesn't ask less than. It is asking, has your turnover exceeded 400 crores? Drop down says yes or no. Tell me people, in that year, did you have a turnover? Apo, did it exceed 400 crores? You choose. No, portal will give you 25%. Which means, understand, law is asking you less than 400 crores. Income tax return is saying more than 400 crores. They are itself not communicating properly. And therefore, the income tax return will actually ask you for 25%. But ICA says, no, I will go by the law. Law says 30, we will go 30. We will go 30. Now, I want you to think about this logically. It sounds stupid. It sounds stupid. People, 24-25, I was not there. And therefore, you asked me 30%. 25-26, I was there. No. Imagine if that year turnover is 200 crores. What will happen? You'll ask 25. Which year? 27-28. It's come to a point where in 26, 27, I have to pay 30%, 27, 28, I have to pay 25%, and then I will continue 25 until I reach 400 crores. What kind of development of India is this? At which point of time am I coming people and telling, you know what, when I started, I was unicorn, multi-rich, and then it suddenly dripped down, crypto mari. I came to 25 and then I will have to jump again. How does it work? People, consistency is important. No. At the end of the day, why did you bring to 25%? Because you want to promote startups. How do you promote startup by taxing at 30% then? Correct, not correct? That only for 1 year. He's like, boss, which year you incorporated? That year you pay me 30%, then we'll pay 25. How will that make sense to you? Correct, not correct? Yes, it doesn't make any sense at all, but ICI prefers it that way. So we are going to follow that way. We're going to follow that way. I told you already, until you clear, follow what ICI says. After that, you come and crib about it. It doesn't matter. Yes, I can do it. I qualified. You unfortunately are not at that position right now. Are we clear? Yes. So you're going to write a small note for yourself. The note will come and say, if the company is incorporated after TY 24-25, the tax rate shall be 30%. Clear? Any doubts? Are we good to go? Yes, perfect. People, you have now found out the tax rates along with me. Then comes the question, can a company be poor? Basically, can you claim rebate? No. Can a company be middle class? Hey. Yes, very well. You're a startup. You're a middle class only. Yes. Can a company be rich? Making you liable for? Very good. That comes the question. That brings the question. People, I have a surcharge. Surcharge can be either of a domestic company or a surcharge can be of a foreign company. Or a surcharge can be a foreign company. Anyone knows the limit at which I become rich? Very good. I become rich and a company model only after 1 CR. Only after 1 CR, which means up to 1 crore I am assumed middle class. Yes, which means by logic I will say if my total income is between 0 to 1 crore, अभी तो लिखा तू 0 to 1 crore is not rich. 0 to 1 crore is not rich, मतलब surcharge is nil. Surcharge is nil. If I am crossing 1 crore up to, very good. If I'm crossing 1 crore and going up to 10 crore, surcharge limit hits 7%. Limit hits 7%. Foreign hits 2%. Very good. Foreign hits 2%. If I cross the 10 crores boundary, surcharge hits 12%. And here it goes 5. And here it goes 5. That's what the tax rates are. Yes, people, I have a weird question. Why is a foreign company getting a lower surcharge rate than domestic company? Tax rate is already showing higher. Yes, and you technically calculate surcharge on the tax only. Think and tell me, people, if I am the richest domestic company, what is my tax rate? 30 plus 12 plus 4. Answer is 34.944. Check 34.944. Yes, people, if I am a richest foreign company, surcharge rate is 35 plus 5 plus 4. 38.22. 38.22. Yes, by the way, people, if you notice, even if I'm the richest domestic company, my rate was 34.944. A richest domestic company will also only pay 34.944. Even a middle class foreign company will pay 35%. Because middle class or a standard rate itself is 35. Matlab, a richest domestic company is as good as a middle class foreign company. And therefore they said, you know what, if I start levying too much surcharge, people will stop coming in. And therefore they stopped it at 38%. They were like 38 maximum, calculate. After that you leave it off. Last year it was 40. So it was 40 plus 5 plus 4, which was 43.68 something. Check. It was 43.68 something, which was still fine because I told you foreign companies it was 45 there. So 43 was still safe enough, but now it is even better. Now 38% is a far more advantage, and that's what the position is. Any doubts on the position? Are we clear? Simple enough to go. Yes, very good. This is your old tax regime. This is something which you probably know. Point which I have to deliver with you is the new tax regimes. Yes, again, sums on this in tomorrow's class. Any idea when new tax regime came into scope? It was the same 2019, the year of global recession. The year of global recession. If you remember, I told you in 2019, the 25 and 37 was introduced. Yes, 25 and 37 got introduced in interim budget. People were screwed. People stopped investing in the market. Market hit a recession. When market started hitting the recession, Nirmala ma'am made two changes, two important changes. One, she said 25 and 37 is not applicable on capital gains and dividend income. And second, during an ordinance on 23rd August 2019, if my memory serves right, on 23rd August 2019, Nirmala ma'am introduced an ordinance, and for the very first time, we introduced the concept of new tax regime. When Nirmala ma'am was like, I am now giving more powers to my people. I will now give more powers to my people. Choice is yours. You choose whether you want to go old or new, and you pay tax accordingly. The logic became very simple. Old tax regime said lower income, higher tax rate. New tax regime said higher incomes with a lower tax rate. Matlab new tax regime takes away some deductions from you, automatically increasing your income, but at the same time reducing your tax rates, and that's where the concept came into picture. Yes, two regimes were introduced on that day. On 23rd August 2019, we introduced two regimes which you got to know as 115BAA and 115BAB. BAB. Individuals were BSc. I am in corporate level, so it was BAA and BAB. BAA for any companies, BAB for newly started domestic manufacturing companies. Income tax at 23rd August I announced. So from today, from 23rd August, if anyone incorporates a new domestic manufacturing company, I'll give you a better advantage on the tax benefits. Yes. Now people, very good scheme was introduced with only one problem. Suddenly you announce, you think I'm incorporating something right now itself. I need time. Yes. So people took some time out. 2019, people are like, okay. 2020 recession is still going on. Suddenly, COVID. 21, 22, no one incorporated. 23, 24, we were ready to incorporate. We were like, okay, let's take the advantage. Let's start incorporating. The moment 24 came into picture, income tax said, no more benefits. No more benefits. Income tax literally said, I will give this benefit for any company incorporated from 23rd August 2019 till 31st March 24. Any company incorporated after 31st March 24 does not get this benefit at all, not allowed at all. Yes, that is what the benefits came in. Now, yes, I think 23rd August is when the ordinance got passed. So I think the dates are from 1st October. So it was from 1st October 2019 to 31st March 2024. You have to be a company incorporated in that period. Now, as a CA final student, do you have to remember this date? Do you have to remember this date? No, you're not required to. Yes, because ICAI will be very kind to you. ICAI in the exam question will come and say the person is opting for 115 BAB. Yes, which means the question will have, see people, even if you incorporate, choice is yours, no. Which means the question has to clarify that you have picked that choice. At which stage the question will come and tell you that the company has chosen for 115 BAB. Yes, which means you don't have to remember the dates, it's not important at all, but I'm just clarifying it out to you. Any doubts on this part? Yes, we have two regimes on this. New tax regime, point number A. New tax regime, point number A, which earlier was called as 115B double A, is now called as section 200. Is now called as section 200, applicable for domestic companies. Applicable for domestic companies. No conditions attached. As long as you're a domestic company, I'll give you this benefit. Section is 200. Anyone remembers the tax rate? Very good. Yes, it was confirmed to you on a beneficial manner. The beneficial manner came and said a concessional rate of 22% as tax plus 10% of surcharge plus 4% of cess, totaling up to 25.168% effectively. Totaling up to 25.168% effectively. Any doubts on this? Yes, people, I have a doubt. In the earlier one, I had 3 surcharge rates, 0, 7, 12. Here I have only given you 1. When does this apply? After 1 crore, less than 1 crore. It is a compulsory surcharge. Income tax rate, my dear child, even if you want 1 rupee, I want 10% surcharge on it. It's a mandatory levy on it. It is not optional. Therefore, you will write down here mandatory levy. Clear? Yes, this was the first one. Then came in the second one, which is B section. Yes. Hey. 20. Very good. Simple. There we wrote 202 if you remember. So it is 200, 201. That becomes 202. Yes. So this is 202. This one is applicable on domestic manufacturing companies. This one is applicable on domestic manufacturing companies. Anyone guesses the rate? Very good. It was 15 plus 10 plus. Very good. There was a concessional tax of 15% of tax plus 10% of surcharge plus a 4% on cess, which becomes 17.16. Yes, this is the advantage which new manufacturing companies got in India, where they can tax it at the rate of 17.16. Best rate you can ever have. Think about a company having 17.16 with no conditions attached. You only have to incorporate. Even if you are a 5,000 crore company, 17.16 is the maximum tax rate that you're going to pay. An amazing advantage given to all those companies incorporated back in those days. Yes or no? Yes. Apo, think about this, people. Imagine you're a CA. Suddenly, Nirmala ma'am announces 17.16 is the tax rate advantage. What will you go and inform your clients? People, client is already working, no? The client is already working. You cannot come and say, sir, start a new company. He's not going to shut down his business. You will start another company and start. Very good. You'll start another company and start shifting your money there. Yes or no? So you'll immediately go to the client, come and say, sir, why don't you do one thing? Create another company and slowly start moving all your business there. Because your old company is the traditional company, which was probably being taxed at the rate of 25, 30, 25.168. Now bring a new company which will get taxed at 17.16. And if you incorporate it in this time, for lifelong, it will be 17.16. It will never come down. Better no. You think income tax is stupid? First condition when you start this company itself, income tax says this company should not be formed by splitting up and reconstruction of an existing business. If income tax department gets to know that this company was not a new company, but is just an old company in a new bottle, they will immediately throw the company out. They'll say not allowed, it's all. Which means first condition, most important condition, you should not be created by a splitting up or reconstruction of an existing business. Matlab basically taking your assets, selling it off to the other company. Not allowed. Amalgamation, demerger, business reconstructions, not allowed. You do that, I will demolish the company. I will come and say the company is no more eligible for you. Condition number 1. Yes or no? Yes. So there was a big problem now. Companies like CA could not create a new company by sending the assets to the old company. Yes or no? At which stage I became smarter. I was like, you know what, sir, do one thing. You create a new company. Don't send your business there. Send your customers there or send your profits there. Matlab now what will I do? People, old company will make 100 rupees ka cost. Old company will sell it to the new company at 95. Book ka loss. New company will now acquire the asset at 95. Will then sell it in the market for 180, 190. All profit got booked in. New company paid tax at 17.16 percentage. Huge advantage. Yes or no? Yes or no? कर सकते हैं ना? What is the problem? Yes, we thought all these things, people. We were not stupid. We tried everything. Yes, income tax was not stupider to this extent also. Income tax notified saying, because this company is now such a special company with such a huge tax rate benefit, I am notifying this company as an SDT. I am notifying this company as an SDT. SDT basically means specified domestic transaction under transfer pricing rules. Matlab, this company got notified like a foreign company. This company got notified like a foreign company. What does that mean? It means any transaction which now happens between old company and new company should have arm's length pricing. Should have arm's length pricing. If you are not doing it at arm's length pricing, I will not just demolish the rate. I will say no problem. You made a profit. Who made a profit? New company made a profit. I will not say let's do transfer pricing and let's affect the pricing. No. I will say you keep the profit in the new company itself. No problem. But on that profit, you will no more be applicable for 17.16. You now have to pay 30%. You now have to pay 30%. As a simple example, imagine what did I do? I bought an asset for price 100. I bought an asset for price 100, sold it for 95, made a loss of 5 rupees. This was sent off to the next company for 95, sold at a profit of 180, sold at a profit of 180, made a profit of 85. Income tax will ask a simple question. My dear new company, what work did you do here? Did you do any activity here? If you did not do any activity, this 185 rupees ka profit which you made is fraud. Should have been of old company, is now a part of new company. On this I want 30%, which means now I will no more apply the 17%, I will apply 30%. You have to pay tax at 30% plus 10 ka surcharge, 4 ka cess, plus 10 ka surcharge, 4 ka cess. Now think about this logically. If the old company would have chosen section 200, he could have taxed at 25. If the old company would have charged for 200, he could have taxed at 25, but because he moved it to the new company is paying 30 now. Apo, will you like to transfer assets? You are not going to do that. Yes, that is what income tax played nice with you. Any doubts? Yes.
Old company transfer the inventory to new company just do the packaging.
You will only be able to allege the profit to that extent. Very valid question. People, imagine if the old company is manufacturing and new company has been involved for the packaging part of it. Transfer pricing has been applied. At which stage transfer pricing authorities will come and ask, if you are only doing packaging, a normal person in the market in packaging could have only earned 5 rupees profit. You made 85, which means on the 5 rupees I will tax at 17.16. On the 80 I want tax at 30%, and that's how transfer pricing kicks in. Yes. Now how does this work in a real life scenario? Can you identify the 5 rupees? No, but still that's what the law is. Any doubts on the law? Yes. Which means now you and I have understood that any business profit that I make, any business profit that I make will now be split into 2 categories. Genuine profit 17%, unreasonable profits 30%. Any doubts on this? I was like, TK, no problem, let it go. People, now in my old company, business I cannot do much because business has now been routed this way. So I told, apart from business also I will make other profits, no, like investments. Very good. Next, interest on deposits and all those things. So what I did, no, I told, we cannot transfer my business, no, let's transfer my investments. So I told, let's transfer the investments of. Now what happened? The dividends which I'm getting from the shares in the old company would have taxed at 25. New company will tax at 17%. Huge benefits. At least 8% I saved, no. On a group level I saved 8%. People, income tax said, 17% is for manufacturing, no. Apo manufacturing panna 17%. What is dividends and all? Dividends is not manufacturing. I cannot give you 17%. For this I will apply the same concept as section 200. Matlab you have to tax at 25%. You have to tax at 25%. Matlab now in this one company itself there are 4 rates. 17 for genuine manufacturing, 30 for unreasonable profits, 25 for other incomes, 25 for other incomes, and capital gains rate will go for capital gains only. Hey, that I cannot change. Matlab capital gains will be taxed at 12.5, 20, 12.5 in excess of 1.25 lakhs. That will retain as it is. That will retain as it is. Any doubts on this part? Are we sure? Yes. Now, people, I have a weird question. Question was, I have capital gains. I have 4 kinds of capital gains. 198, 197, 196, others. 198 goes 12.5. 197 goes 12.5. 196 goes 20%. But the others was slab, no. The others was slab. So I was like, oh, slab matlab 17. Slab matlab 17 only, no. Yes or no? At that stage, income tax said, no, beta 17 is only for business related activities. Apo, I will ask a question. What did you sell? What did you sell? If you told, sir, I sold my assets. Hey, assets were used in manufacturing only. Apo, for that I will give you 17, no problem. You told, no, sir, I sold my shares. He's like, where is it related to manufacturing? I want 25. I want 25. Matlab capital gains mein further split came in. Split said 25 for non-business assets and 17 for business assets, and that's what the provisions came to you. Any doubts on this part? Any doubts on this part? People, if you would have left it here also, I would have been happy. No problem. You leave it here, I would have been happy. No problem. You remember I told you dividends? What is the tax rate? 25%. I told you the tax rate has become 25%. Question is very simple. People, okay, let's not assume dividends. Let's assume interest on deposits. Interest on deposits in the old company, which has chosen 200, you would have taxed at 25% after claiming your genuine expenses. You may have some genuine expenses. Can you claim, not claim? You can claim. When you went to the new company, income tax suddenly went crazy. Income tax was like, boss, you have moved to 25. No, you moved to 25, but I will not give expenses also. Matlab, I want 25 on gross profit itself. I want 25 on gross profit itself. Matlab, now income tax is saying, do not transfer your miscellaneous incomes from old to new. Because if you transfer, it is not just about the tax rate. The base will also change. I will no more give you the expenses. I will no more give you the expenses. Apo, this is income tax very indirectly coming and telling, treat this company only for one reason. Manufacturing. You try anything else, I will start taxing you. I will start taxing you. You know the problem happened where? People, imagine if I have a warehouse and I'm giving this warehouse to you on rent. Head. Which head of income? Very good. Head of income is house property. House property says, beta, whatever rent you're getting, you can claim 30% reduction. You can also claim municipal taxes. You can also claim interest on loan. All those can only happen if you're in the old company. You can claim it in new regime also. LOP permits for new regimes also. That's not a problem. But income tax says, beta, all this is allowed only for 200 series. It will not be allowed for 201 series. Matlab in 201, if I'm a manufacturing company and if I'm giving away my warehouse for rent, you will get HP income. Income tax says on the full HP income, I want 25%. Will I give you 30% reduction? Will I give you interest on loan? Will I give you municipal tax? Nothing will be given to you. Nothing will be given to you, which means income tax is now coming and telling, please don't do anything other than manufacturing. You do anything other than manufacturing, you will start paying way too much taxes. That is what the logic is. Yes. Now I understand the intention. I very clearly understand the intention. You wanted to move it from old to new. But what if I am just now a startup? Just now started my business. You think I have a second company or what? This is my only company. Why am I being penalized for this? People, if I am a startup, I have just now started my business. I am only going to incorporate one company. Why am I being penalized? Did I do something wrong? I understand bigger companies will do this nonsense, but why am I being penalized for it? I don't have a reason to be penalized. You think for this reason I will create a second company? I will tell one company I will create for manufacturing, one company will hold all the shares to get dividends. Will that ever make sense? These are miscellaneous items. Should be part of my company itself. Why would I give it to another company? Adhikaga, if you come and say that you will not give me expenses, I don't feel comfortable enough. Do I feel comfortable for this? No. This is the section which honestly, if you come and ask me today also, I have gone and done a market survey. No one has opted. Even though it is 17%, no one has opted. People were like, yes, I understand the 17% is a great thing and all, but how does it help? When apart from 17, everything else is taxing so high. And trust me when I tell you this, I could have rather chosen a 200 series and not be liable for transfer pricing. Choosing for this 201 and asking for transfer pricing is another problem altogether. An Indian company asking for transfer pricing regulations, way too much efforts from my side. You think I'm interested about all those things? People have literally never chosen this section itself. I have still yet to found out one company also which has chosen this section. I don't know. If you have a case like that, let me know. But I don't know a single company which has chosen this sections. Yes or no? Yes. But this is what the whole summary is, people. Any doubts on the summary? Think about it. I told you, I'm a company in 201 series. What and all incomes can I get? I can get income from HP, PGBP, CG, IFOS. Income taxes, if you are doing HP income, it is not relating to your business. Tax at the rate of 25.168 with expenses, without expenses. Without expenses. I go to PGBP. I will split into two buckets. Genuine profit 17.16. Non-genuine profit 30 plus 4 plus cess. I go to capital gains. I will say 198 capital gains 12.5. 197 capital gains 12.5. 196 capital gains 20%. STCG others I will ask business asset now 17.16. Non-business asset 25.168 allowed. Then I go to IFOS. Income tax will say again not relating to business. Tax at the rate of 25.168. Can I give expenses? No expenses are granted to you. No expenses are granted to you. Are we clear on this? Yes, notes on this I'll write in tomorrow's class, no problems about it. But this is what the section came back to you. Yes, a horrible section, if you come and ask me, could have become a really good section if played properly, but horribly made. Yes, so section comes and says you will have a following concessional rates. If you do proper manufacturing, then I will give you 17.16. If you do any kind of incomes which are covered in chapter 13, nothing but your special incomes, like capital gains, tax at the respective rates. If you have any short-term capital gains on which no depreciation can be claimed. People, if no depreciation can be claimed, is it a business asset? No. If it is not a business asset, tax 25.168. Indirectly, they are saying if it is a depreciable asset, 17.16. Business asset, I can claim 17.16. Yes. Next, I have income which is neither derived nor incidental to manufacturing. Basically, your HP, IFOS, tax at the rate of. But here's the important part. I will tax at gross basis, no expenses for you. Absolutely zero expenses will be granted to you. Yes. And then comes the last one, which is income treated excessive by the assessing officer due to close connection of the company with another company. Matlab transfer pricing. Transfer pricing, I will tax at the rate of 34.32, which is nothing but 30 plus 10 plus 4, and that's what the rates are. Any doubts on this rates? Are we clear? Yes, that is what they wrote, people. They basically wrote all this stupidity and then they came and said a company should have been incorporated from the period 1st October 2019 and stopped incorporation on 31st March 24. You should only incorporate yourself as a manufacturing company. You should only incorporate as a manufacturing company. Yes, then they started writing English. English said you should not be formed by splitting up or reconstruction. Should not be formed by splitting up or reconstruction. People, I don't know if you can realize this, but I can tell you this is still possible. Point number two, I told you amalgamation demerger not allowed. If you do it, I will not give you the benefit. I am actually telling you, you can do amalgamation demerger and still you will be getting the benefit. It's given in the line. You just have to read carefully. Very good. People, a very small word which you can make a huge impact with. Look very carefully. It says business should not be formed by splitting up or reconstruction. Matlab, when I incorporate myself, I should not take over someone's asset. People, I have already incorporated myself. Next year, I will take over someone's asset. Will you see a problem? Will you see a problem? No, because it says formed by. I am not in formation right now. Yes or no? It's a very small word and you can make such a big difference out of it. Yes or no? Which is where income tax became smarter. And then came point number 1. Read point number 1. It says should not any plant or machinery previously used. Matlab, even though you take over in the next year, I'm sorry, I see assets right now. which has been taken over from another company, you are still a fraud. You're still a fraud. I will not allow it to you. But here is a concession to you. Concession says you can take up to 20% from the previously used. Matlab 20% second hand assets allowed. I will allow you assets to the extent of 20%. Beyond that, not allowed. Beyond that, not allowed. That's a condition given to you. And second, if you are incorporating from outside India, you bring assets from outside India, I will assume this is a new asset for India. I'll assume this is a new asset for India. That's the advantage which you get. In simple words, people, when you create, don't amalgamate. When you are already incorporated, you can take over someone's asset, maximum 20%. Maximum 20%. But here also I want you to notice one very careful word. It says 20% of, meaning like plant and machine, office equipment is furniture, plant and machine. Cash is not an asset. Vehicle is plant and machinery. Very good. Building. One more. Land is not an asset. People PGBP, depreciation block. You have block of assets. What are the blocks you have? What are the blocks you have? Building, furniture and fittings, plant and machinery. Electrical is part of plant and machinery. Intangible assets. Very good. Matlab now income tax is saying I only have a restriction on plant and machinery. You cannot take machinery, you cannot take books, computer, electronic fittings and all those things. But if you take over someone's building, allowed. You take over someone's furniture, allowed. You take over someone's license, allowed. I don't have a problem. Objection will come only in. Exactly. See, small words. This is not the intention of the law. Trust me when I tell you this, it's not the intention of the law. But when they poorly drafted it off, we are getting advantages. Yes, the formed part caused a problem. The plant and machinery is now causing problem. Matlab Rahul can literally take over someone's building and still be eligible for the deduction. I will not see a problem anywhere. Ayana. Yes, small words for you to make an impact on. Any doubts on this part? Are we clear? Yes, I have a simple request. I want you to read this and come. We will discuss it in tomorrow's class, no worries. Yes, I will discuss this in detail with you in tomorrow's class, but I want you to read all the conditions from A to J. I want you to read all the conditions from A to J. You read once and come. Then tomorrow I will ask you some weird questions like what we did right now. Yes, I will try to understand if you have read it in the right sense or are you just reading it. Yes, I want you to see if you can read between the lines. When and all do you understand how to read between the lines? So this A to J is for you to read and come back for tomorrow's session. Any doubts on this part? Yes. Let me give you the plan of action, people. Tomorrow's class, we'll be completing of special tax regime. Once we're done with that, we're also done with chapter number 1 or 2, whatever you call it. Yes. After which I'm only left with two things. One is unexplained income and one is agriculture income. Unexplained income, very small topic. You don't have anything to discuss. I only have to give you the amendments of current year. And agriculture income, you've already learned in inter. I just have to simplify it for you. Matlab unexplained income and agriculture together will close in one day, which means tomorrow and day after we'll be doing corporate tax rates and we'll be completing back on schedule. Are we clear on this? Yes, then we'll come back in August and then we'll start discussing PGBP. Clear? Yes. So that's the plan of action. People, my request is very simple. A consistent reading is required. Everything that we discussed in the last 3 days. Yes, on relating to company taxation, individual taxation, kindly read and come so that it becomes effort for tomorrow's class. Any doubts on this? Are we good to go? Yes, perfect. Thank you everyone. Have a good day.